Audra.
Someone in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with my
Audra.
playing on an old banjo.
Today's recipe, yummy berry cobbler.
So we're going to make mixed berry cobbler. We had a party over the weekend and a friend brought some fresh picked blueberries. And they're a bit juicy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a pan with a little bit of sugar and kind of get them to sauce up there. Some of them are kind of smushed. And I'm going to put sugar in there. I'm going to put like a half a cup. I don't like stuff to be too sweet.
Okay, you're going to put it in there.
Right on the stove. And just give that a stir. I'm just going to let it warm until the sugar dissolves and there's a nice sweet glaze on the berries. I'm not going to stir it a whole lot. Okay, so for the topping, I'm going to use white whole wheat. And I'm going to do that into a, I like to spoon it in because I have this container here. I don't want to scoop in there. And pack the flour down. Yeah, and then smooth that off. So 1 cup of whole wheat white. Just dump this back in here. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt, not a whole lot of salt. And I'm going to put some flavor in here too, some nutmeg.
That sounds delicious.
Oops. And maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, not a whole lot of cinnamon. There. So I'm just kind of mess that. The bowl's a little bit big, use a smaller bowl. And so I have some butter that's cut up in cube, it's chilled. I'll drop that in there. And work it together with my pastry cutter. Be sure you wash your hands before you start. I did.
Always, you don't want your funk in the food.
No. So since this is such a small amount, I might be better off using a fork actually. Just take up those pieces of butter, nice and small, and well incorporated with the flour. There, that's working out much better. So much for those fancy cooking tools they sell us.
Just need a fork.
Yeah.
You could use your fingers as long as you wash them.
You could use your fingers.
Really squashed every single little bit, right?
You want your flour mixture to be crumbly with the bits of butter throughout. Some people call it like pea size. I think it's a little smaller, but just little bits, like sandy, sort of. And then I'm just going to add 1/3 cup of milk and see how that turns out. You don't want it to be too runny, but you don't want it to be too thick either. That's good right there, like a thick cake batter. And these berries. Almost, the sugar is almost dissolved. Let me see. Some of our raspberries are smushed. I don't want to squish the blueberries, but we're almost to having a nice juice in there. fact, I could just go ahead and put that in. It's good enough because it'll finish dissolving while it's cooking. What is this? 8 by 8? Maybe?
One 8x8 glass oven cooking pan.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if it's glass though either.
It's glass and it's
Okay.
8 by 8. Okay.
Hey, we're correct. For the first time. Maybe for the first time.
Okay, so that's beautiful. I'll go ahead and pour that.
Nice
See, I'm right-handed, so I have to do it this way. Sorry, away from the camera. But that's beautiful. Smells great already. This fruit is awesome. And so then we're just going to drop bits of the dough over the fruit. It's not real pretty, but when it's done, it'll be great. Glove in that corner and there. Every part of it doesn't have to be covered because the dough will rise and spread out.
Yeah, that's kind of the joy of cobbler, isn't it? Like
it
some
is.
of the fruit coming up through the top.
Absolutely.
And like, yum, yum,
Yes,
yum. I
it's
can't
nice
wait to
and-
dig in.
Nice and bubbly. So there we are.
Okay.
Ready to go into the oven. It's I preheated the oven at 400. I'm going to move the rack to the middle.
That's pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, the top of the oven is hotter, and the bottom of the oven will burn if the bottom is too close to the coils. So in the center is perfect. Put that in there for about 30 minutes, and so we'll check back on it. All right, and so it's been 30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's a whole half hour.
Oh my gosh, it smells fantastic.
Let me get a close-up on that there. That looks fantastico.
It's beautiful. Kind of became an island rather than bubbling up through the center, but that's okay. We'll let it cool for a little bit. It will be delicious.
And that is cobbler in a nutshell, even though there were no nutshells actually involved.
That's true.
Arr, arr. Enjoy your cobbler. It's tasty. Don't get addicted.